Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. I'm freshly recovered from food poisoning at a chicken burger. Ate half of it, realised that chicken burgers, you check inside, make sure it's not pink, and then you don't get sick. It's as simple as that. But I'm feeling better, got my energy back today. It is Monday, that always does mean Chelsea news. We're going to be talking Presnel Kimpembe. We're going to be talking Jules Koundé. Never believe it. We're back interested in Koundé again. As if that one wasn't going to be coming. Levi Colwill, Armando Broja, Koulibaly's unveiling, and we're also going to talk a little bit about Chelsea's first pre-season friendly. First things first though, last week on BetVictor's Last Fan Standing, you guys know I'm always on the show, we were talking a little bit before Sterling was announced and Koulibaly was announced as Chelsea players. I was talking about where I think Chelsea were going to finish. At this moment, based on the business we've currently done, I actually think, if I'm being realistic, 5th. Good. I do think we're going to miss out.
I'll take that.
But I think that we will sign players and then my mind will change. But as of right now, it's been such a difficult start to the window because as much as I've tried to be optimistic, we have got such a shoestring squad now. Now that we have signed Kalidou Koulibaly, I do believe that Chelsea are no longer going to finish 5th. I think we're at least going to finish 4th, but we're going to challenge for the bloody Premier League, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? If you want to go and check out the full episode, there is a link in the description. Subscribe to the BetVictor channel, watch all the way through to the end. But first things first now, we are going to talk Kalidou Koulibaly. We spoke about it when Chelsea were approaching last week before I fell sick. Chelsea have now signed one of the world's best defenders. With Kalidou Koulibaly, you get leadership, you get experience, you get a player who has not only just been considered at the very top of the game, but a ball-playing centre-half who Chelsea desperately needed to replace. When you look at Rudiger, Koulibaly, there isn't very much between them. I'd say last year, Rudiger was probably a better defender, but Kalidou Koulibaly has been consistent at the very, very top for such a long period of time. He was unveiled on the field in Las Vegas with Cesar Azpilicueta putting his arm around him. A few pictures I saw, and I watched obviously the highlight videos as well from the game. But seeing Koulibaly's unveiling is actually probably as good as anything we saw in the game, apart from Mason Mount's wonder goal, Chelsea's Player of the Year, proving once again that he is the best player at Chelsea Football Club. We've also got solid performances from Kennedy. Now, I know that we always have this in pre-season. There's always one player or two players who actually outperform any of our prior expectations and make us sit there and think, well, could this be an option? He was playing on the right-hand side too, which is something I do find a bit interesting if we're really going for, having already signed Koulibaly, Koundé plus, Kimpembe plus. That's 3 centre-halves. Will Chelsea look to go and spend money on a backup right wing-back with Azpilicueta looking as though he'll be joining Barcelona? Barca-bloody-Lona. They want Koundé as well. What are they doing? There are a lot of things right now we don't know about Barcelona, but I'll tell you one thing I do know. It is not within the realms of the law and morality. Frankie de Jong don't get paid, but we'll buy Lewandowski, we'll buy Rafinha, we'll go for Koundé, we'll go for Marcos Alonso, Azpilicueta. Is there not a football player in the world right now not linked with a broke-ass club like Barcelona? That isn't really the point though, to be honest. But first game in pre-season, we don't want to look into it that much because we had 11 that we started with and then another 11 in the second half. Conor Gallagher, positive as well. Other than that, not really massive talking points. Thiago Silva nearly scored a brilliant header. The next friendly is going to be on the 20th, which is Wednesday. And I'm going to be doing a video later on today talking about 5 things that we need to see from Chelsea during this pre-season. Moving on, Koulibaly's announced. Armando Broja is still wanted by West Ham United. My concern with this one that we spoke about in last week's video, I don't want to see Chelsea sell this guy. At the moment, one of the options we're looking at is a 12-month loan. We're still unsure if it's going to end up as a permanent deal at the end. West Ham, according to the Mail Sport, are actually looking to try, if Chelsea are only willing to loan now, but have a permanent option at the end. I think it's too risky. I think if we're being really honest, we look at West Ham's team, look at their wide players, going to create a lot more than Southampton do. Broja's just going to have a good season. And I do believe at this point, if I were to make a prediction, Armando Broja might go to West Ham. Chelsea might consider a loan, give them an option to buy. I just think we're going to live to regret it because we could also then have a clause like we do with Tammy Abraham, but the clause is massive compared to what we already know was a decent striker. We don't want to see this happen again, in my opinion, but Armando Broja is still wanted by West Ham. I think by the end of this week, we should know a bit more concrete information about Chelsea's plans. Will Tuchel use Broja in the upcoming friendlies? I want to see Sterling in the next one. I want to see Broja as well. See if that little combination can link up together. Now, the next piece of news, I want to talk about Levi Colwill. As we progress into this video, we're going to discuss Jules Koundé and also Presnel Kimpembe from PSG. If you haven't yet hit the like button, by the way, I do want to ask you to do so now. We're going to do like targets every day this week, 2,500. I know you guys can do it. Levi Colwill and his camp exploring options with many proposals on the table, as reported 3 days ago. The plan has not changed. He could leave Chelsea in case 2 centre-backs arrive after Koulibaly. Now, here's the thing. As we progress into the next 2 stories, it does look as though Chelsea are probably going to sign 2 centre-backs. So what we need is to really secure the future of Levi Colwill, because just like Armando Broja, I see this one going exactly the same way. Chelsea might look to try and loan out Levi Colwill, but with his agent and everybody else looking at what is around him, looking at the history of the Livramentos, of the Gurhis, of the Lampteys, looking at where these guys have gone on to progress. And even though Levi Colwill is very young, we've been hearing conflicting things regarding this story and whether Levi Colwill is going to stay. Apparently, he's desperate to make it and stay at Chelsea, but with finding out the information that his camp are exploring these other options, you just wonder what is believable and what isn't believable. I think a lot of this will depend on whether or not Koundé and Kimpembe both sign. It does make it interesting as we move in to talk about Jules Koundé now. Jules Koundé, Sevilla wants 65 million euros. Who is Jules Koundé wanted by? Just so in case you didn't know, Barcelona. That's absolutely wonderful, isn't it? Yet another player that Barcelona just want to go and throw some dirty cash at. But non-Chelsea fans will say that, how can you talk about dirty cash? But I can, because it's my flipping channel. The other interesting piece of information that we have as a result of being interested in Jules Koundé again, it is because Bayern Munich have confirmed the signature of top Chelsea target Mattijs De Ligt. If you're Jules Koundé, you're looking at that thinking, well, they really wanted me then. Now Mattijs De Ligt becomes available, then they really wanted him. Barcelona really want me, so he'll probably just end up wanting Barcelona again. And have we not been in this position already once? This summer, when we had Rafinha in our fingertips, but the man always wanted Barcelona. You got Lewandowski, interest from PSG, interest from Chelsea. Lewandowski wants Barcelona. Xavi is building a project again back at Barcelona to get them to the levels that they have been at before, but the massive fall from grace with that delightful team. I say delightful, I bloody hated them, still do hate them, but it was a good football team to watch, wasn't it? They're trying to build. Jules Koundé, always been wanted by Chelsea, no longer top target, but we didn't secure one of our top targets. We signed Koulibaly, which is absolutely phenomenal, but I think that if Barcelona somehow, as they always do, magic up the cash out of nowhere, Koundé's going to end up at Barcelona, but I would like to see him at Chelsea. Those 3 centre-halves, yes, it leaves a sour taste with Colwill. I personally think we only need 2, which is why Koundé and now Kimpembe, Chelsea want to sign Kimpembe. PSG are looking for 65 million euros. Chelsea are looking to table a proposal of around 45, 50 million. So I went to go pick myself up a juice. So here's the main dilemma here that I want to discuss regarding this Chelsea interest and movement back towards Koundé and also towards Kimpembe. We've already got Trevor Chalobah at the club. Yes, we're going to be losing Azpilicueta. We've also got Thiago Silva. Does that leave any space for Colwill if Koundé, Koulibaly and Kimpembe walk through the door? That would leave us with 6 competent centre-backs. 6 centre-backs who, even if not all of them deserve to be playing first team minutes, they all desperately want them. Is Levi Colwill happy to know that he can't just walk straight into this Chelsea first team? Thomas Tuchel also wants 3 centre-backs, so maybe that suggests that Colwill could well be on the way out. If we buy 3, get rid of Colwill, and we end up losing once again a player who, at least I believe, is going to be a top centre-back. Thomas Tuchel's also been saying we don't really have funds or priorities right now for a striker. He said something along those lines. So if that's the case, Is 3 defenders necessary? Or would you rather see us go for 2, put the faith in Levi Colwill, end up with 5 centre-backs if Azpilicueta leaves, and then have the money available to go in for a striker? Let me know your answers to that in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is all of the up-to-date news right now. I know I've been a bit late, as I said at the beginning. Answer the question, do we need 3 centre-backs when we've already got Levi Colwill to save room to spend on a striker, or do we need 3 centre-backs? Let me know your answer to that in the comments down below. More pre-season content coming out later on today, so stay tuned. Get the bell notifications on. See you guys later. Come on, you Blues.